This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Check out! Switch up! Switch up!
Play action. It's locked. Oliver, the tight end, making the catch. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him.
Hey, Alpha! They're going to need some therapy after this. Mike 40, Mike 40. Hey, man, watch the boot, watch the boot.
On first and 10, Locke. Campbell making the catch. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Now Locke. And that will be incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Here we go. 70, Indy. Watch the run. This side, baby, that's baby side. Hey. Hard.
Now the first carry for Ronald Jones. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
On 2nd and 7, Fitzgerald going deep this time for Miller. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Titans. Scott Miller, his 4th touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Here's Locke. Hard throw, incomplete. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Now a first down carry by Jones. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's where they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end, and he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Rock it.
Operating from the gun. Fitzgerald buying time to his left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
He's checking. Go out. Go. Hey, over.
To throw on 3rd down. Fitzgerald, and that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle.
Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20.
Second and 10, Luck again. Catch made here by Campbell. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Here we go. Hey, Mike 20, Mike 20. And I'm coming after you. Hey, check. Ready, Mike 20.
Here's Luck. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Hey, lock it. Showing it. Quick edge. Go.
Throwing on first down. Fitzgerald. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play.
Look at me. Zipper. Hey, Haywood. Check Mike 39. Check Mike.
To throw again. Fitzgerald. He completes it to Jones. It's a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up a third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
He's coming. We got double up.
From the gun on third down. Fitzgerald flushed out right. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
One set. Eyes up. One set.
After the interception, it's Luck. Yeah, he'll find Hall. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Number 86. A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 31-yard line.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Single receiver. Hey, Delta. I got 15. Exit.
To throw is Luck. He completes this one to Mack. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
Watch twins. Look, squeeze. Let's see. Let's go.
From the 45 on second down, Fitzgerald escaping the pressure right. He'll take a shot for Davis to the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one.
Tighten up. Bravo. Leo. 6'6", pull it high. Snap.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, though, if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Slam. Watch safety creep. Safety's creeping.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. They'll get 34 yards there.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. After the penalty, it's Jones. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. On 3rd down, Phelps. And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board. On 1st down, it's Love. That's into the hands of Pascal. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage.
Alpha. I got him. On me. Hey, check. Run it.
On 2nd and 11 now. Lush coming, and he's taken down.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Luck and the Colts looking for something big here after the sack. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Luck. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls, and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1.
Get ready.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Matchbox lights. Look at me. Door. Lead grip.
Jones. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
Hey, Charlie, recon, 132 fighter, now!
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Now this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
They're watching the film, and it's working. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Monday. 11.
A shotgun snap for Luck. And Luck will be intercepted for a 3rd time. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard.
Hey, lock it.
36. Watch twist.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
Pilot, 64, weak. Hey! Hey, orbit. Fair. Check. Cross.
From the gun, Fitzgerald. Going up top for Miller. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Scott Miller, as time expires in the first half, and the Titans are able to extend their lead. And just before the half ends, the prayer is answered defensively. A disaster there.
I know often we're surprised when this actually works. I mean, the excitement level goes way up, but maybe we shouldn't be, because I know as a defender, you've got to play the ball in this situation, but you can't interfere with the receiver because, remember, it's a spot foul, and it'd be 1st and goal if it happens in the end zone, and you don't want to give up that play. And that little bit of hesitancy often works really well for offensive guys.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. He's got this one complete to Sherfield. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
I know you felt that one.
Ready. 90, Wolf.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So the penalty now moves it up. It's 2nd and 10.
Under 10. 10. Hey. High 7.
24's the mic. Watch
Get it.
Operating from the gun, Fitzgerald. He's going to let this one go deep. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half score. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and say, guys, let's go. Come on, capitalize on this one.
Into the hands of his running back, Marlon Mack. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there and stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
2nd down and goal. Luck. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
A little bit of space there for the 1st down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Check. Press down.
2nd and 5 now. Fitzgerald steps away to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception. Really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Hey, Haywood!
Kill. Turn it up. Kill. Turn it up.
2nd and 11. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 40.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40.
Go!
From the gun, Fitzgerald going deep this time for Miller. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes.
60 Pittsburgh. Somewhere west. Jay, echo. Look at me. Go. Yeah. Wide. Get wide.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Fitzgerald. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And now Miller hit, and he fumbles. And the Colts pick it up.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move.
12.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down.
Hey, exit.
Here's Luck. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, only thing larger than his name is wingspan as he knocks that one away. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
We got 11 G.
Throwing is Luck. Got a man, Slayton. A 3rd down gain of 19. Luck now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
11.
Bravo.
Throwing again is Luck. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. Back now in Indianapolis. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Smoke.
Luck throwing again. I was going to let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Tight end's right. 4 down.
12. Hey, seam 6.
To the air again, Luck. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Throwing on third down, Luck. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on fourth down.
12. Hey, Foxtrot. Hey, check.
Here we go on fourth. Luck. That's to his running back, complete. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stop. And they did. And the coach has decided to throw the red flag. He will challenge this play.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Right at the line of scrimmage. It's a turnover on down.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
They'll go again to Jones. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Titans on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
6 guys. Check 6 guys. Hey, alert 3.
Get it.
Looking to throw. Fitzgerald going up top for Miller. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 30. Room here to run. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step one. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still 3-score game, though, 4th quarter.
4 down.
5.
On first down, Luck dumps this one off to Mack. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10.
Tight end right.
Hey, orbit.
Out of the gun, Luck. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now Luck, and that will be incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
They snap it to Locke. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Been a very strong performance for them really on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs the most recent example, and now obviously they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big
touchdown Titans. Ronald Jones, 85 yards. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Locke. Catch made by Slayton. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Now a 1st down throw, Locke. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Hey, we are 11B. Me, I got him. I got motion man. Me, I got this.
To throw is Love. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
12.
Again, Locke. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 11. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Check. Go on. Leo. Check. Lucky.
Again, it's Jones. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Luck to Mack on the draw. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
It's a gain of 3, and it gets him to first.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down with Marlon Mack. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for Tennessee, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis,